Hey, good mornings, everybody. Happy Sunday. It's Daryl here. It's bright and freaking early. It's 3:30 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. You guys could probably tell I can't hide my emotions well. Okay, I started researching my story, the story I'm going to do, and it hit a wall, man. It brought up some memories, some bad memories. I'll let you guys in, and I'm probably going to use a screenshot to show you guys the proof of some of what I'm saying. Okay, a Trump rally, good old Trump rally in Anchorage, Alaska, Saturday night. It's still Saturday night. If it's 3:30 a.m. in Connecticut, it's still Saturday night in Anchorage, Alaska. So this Trump rally didn't happen all that long ago. I love having fresh news. That's one of my favorite things. That's why I get up at 2 in the morning. All right, so I'm gonna go over the usual bizarre, hilarious Trump things that you see and hear at a Trump rally, and then I'm going to talk about what really bothered me. Oh, hey, guess what? Guess the image of Trump, the screenshot. Guess who was right over his left shoulder? Take a wild guess. You guys will know if you've seen my other videos. You'll never guess who it was. Yeah, that's right. Blacks for Trump. Same guy. The last 10 videos. Now, I get it. Everybody at their rally, including this guy, thinks that they're making a statement. Look, he's not prejudiced. I don't know. Hey, blacks for Trump. I'm going to point out a few little things. That's the only melatonin, that dark melatonin. That's the only face I saw in that entire crowd. All right. And does it occur to him for the last 10 rallies that he's being placed right there? It doesn't occur to him that he's actually being used. That is kind of like racism and prejudice. That he's being placed and used to try to make a point that, and anybody with half a brain, it's obvious. But all right, some other stuff. Trump drops the F-bomb. Let me say this. I've never once heard my mother say the F word. I just thought about that. She's 78 years old. I have never in my life heard her say the F word. She swears, but never heard the F word. In my younger years, I used it. When I hear somebody throw around the F word, I don't, you guys know me here. I don't use it. I think it makes people sound unintelligent. It gives people a crude, it's crude. If you're talking to somebody and you want to sound halfway intelligent, it makes the person appear like they're going with they're thinking with their gut and their feelings rather with their head. They're not very educated. Can you imagine Obama or Kennedy, Reagan? Can you imagine any of those guys just throwing around the F-bomb? And then the whole crowd gets off on this. Like, this is why they voted for him. I'll say it again. I don't get it. Okay. I might as well get right into it here. I was going to... Oh, here's one more. This is why when I look at him, I see somebody who only cares about himself. See, he was there for Sarah Palin. And Sarah Palin says that the reason she recognized that Trump was going to go places and become president, why she supported him from the very beginning, is because he loves family. He's all about love and family. And I don't see that. I see an arrogant narcissist who only cares about himself. I don't, when people say this, I don't know who they're talking about. And to prove this point, Trump, during last night's rally, he spots a man right in the front of the audience with a shirt. And Trump, as usual, he's very easily distracted. Trump fans call it riffing, when he riffs. But he just babbles inanely about whatever he sees. And he sees his face. Go figure. His face is all over this guy's shirt. I mean, literally all over this guy's shirt. Like 50, 100 pictures of Donald Trump's face. I swear, I think I'd rather cut off my arm than wear that shirt. I'm not even kidding. I might go through the rest of my life with only one arm rather than wear that shirt. Say wear that shirt for a week straight or cut off my arm. I think I would take the ladder. Okay, so Trump calls him up on stage. Then then the mom comes up. Now this is a long, you hear references to the guy in the basement on the computer in his mother's basement. Well, guess who comes up on stage? Now I'm guessing here, but it looks like that guy, that perfect picture guy that's in the mom's basement, and his mother, both wearing Trump shirts. Okay, but that's not the biggest part of this. Trump, as they're walking off stage, Trump says, "I want those shirts." He doesn't just say it once; he says it like 3 or 4 times. Give me those shirts. I want those shirts. And we all know how seriously Trump fanatics take when he says something. I mean, they are a cult. They'll do whatever. So of course, this guy takes his shirt off and gives it to Secret Service, who gives it to Trump. I'll have the links down below so you can see it for yourselves. Again, any other president, anybody else in history. Can you imagine any other billionaire saying, all of a sudden, seeing a shirt, like say Elon Musk or any other billionaire, and having a billionaire say, "I want your shirt," a guy that's dressed in Walmart clothes, "Give me your shirt." And it's okay, it's great, everybody cheers, and the guy takes off his shirt. Can you imagine anybody else doing that? Can you imagine Bill Gates doing that? Hey, Bill Gates sees a picture of his face all over, or Clinton, or anybody. "Hey, give me your shirt." And it's okay, it's good. And everybody cheers it on. It is insanity. Okay. Links will all be down below, but enough of the fun stuff. Okay. Now, I'm going to use the word "the shot" for this. Yesterday's video, I got a yellow light for monetization, so I got to kind of watch what I say here. The shot. The recent pandemic, I'm going to use the term "the shot." I got the shot. My family got the shot. Audrey, my girlfriend, who passed away August 5th of last year, did not get the shot. Okay? Now, Trump started bragging about this. "We did great things. We came up with this in 9 months. It usually would have taken 9 or 12 years. 9 or 12 years? If I remember right, I think they were saying 2-3 years tops, which is, you know what, honestly, it's not like he developed this vaccine in the West Wing or something. It's just, scientists, the Center for Disease Control scientists that developed this stuff, the universities, and they did do a good job. They got down to business, and they, and I my hat's off to that. Okay, and Trump, I'll even go as far to say Trump promoted that. He did a good job pushing that vaccine forward. I'll go as far as to even say that. I'll give him kudos for that. Now this just makes it all that much weirder, because then Trump says, "Well, I can't say the V word. I can't say that word here." Because remember last time he said that, talked about getting the shot himself, and he got booed. Remember that? So last night, I'll have the video right down below. He says, "Oh, I can't say that in front of you guys. I can't say but someday we're going to have a talk about that," and the crowd cheers him on. Okay? Now, if there's any Trump supporters watching this, please explain this to me, because it makes no sense whatsoever. Like I said, Trump, I'll give him credit. He cut the red tape necessarily as much as he could to push this shot forward. It probably would have taken a year or two, and it got done in 9 months. And it probably saved my life, my mother's life, definitely my family, my father's life. A good chance it did. And you get credit where credit's due, which makes this all the much weirder. Because why won't the whole crowd, they're all cheering that he did this, yet they don't even want to hear that word or get it themselves. They refuse to get the shot, like my girlfriend. Why? See, that doesn't make any sense. You're cheering him on. Look, I developed this. Then he mentions how more people passed away under Biden than him, and the shot and all that. And I'm not going to get into the variants and all that, but the Delta variant, which took my girlfriend. What sense does that make, though? You know, they're cheering him on that he did a great thing. He developed this shot, and they're all cheering him on. Biggest achievement, but they don't want nothing to do with it. They don't want to even hear the word. How does that make sense? Is it because now a lot of people right now are going to say, well, it's because they don't want to be told to get it. So are you telling me that you're that immature, that childish, that stupid, that you're going to risk your own life just to spite somebody? Somebody telling you can't drive drunk, it's dangerous. No, I drive better drunk. And they get in their car, knock back a fifth of whiskey, and drive down the road at 90 miles an hour just to prove them wrong and hit a pole. Are you telling me that that's really this whole rally, that's their reasoning behind this? They're not going to save their own lives, not to mention their parents' lives, everybody they love. They'd rather put all that up and risk all that just to spite somebody because the Center of Disease Control or Dr. Fauci recommends that it's a good idea, so you don't end up passing away miserably like my ex-girlfriend did. And she was like this. She listened to people like this. When I saw her right before she left for Jacksonville, Florida, when I looked up on world meters, the Delta variant hit Jacksonville like a bullseye right as she was getting there. It was a perfect storm. I saw her right before she left in June of 2021 last year. And I asked her, we talked about the shot as I was leaving. And I said, I got it, because we hugged and we didn't have a mask on, and I kind of joked and we talked about the shot. And she said, no, she doesn't trust it. So she's not getting it. She told me at that point her parents had already gotten it. Her father had gotten it twice and her mother had gotten it once, because the whole family are Trump supporters and they refused to get the shot. Now, the father and what would have been my brother-in-law are the hardcore Trump supporters. They were all talking about the pandemic and all this other stuff. It was a big conspiracy. Now, see, I don't get it. Like, how could you worship Trump and credit him for developing this, and then turn around and call this stuff the pandemic and not trust what he developed? And I wonder if they feel guilty right now. She passed away, my aunt and my uncle, both Trump supporters. They both got it. My aunt passed away. Two people I love, my two close people to me that I love in my life, were Trump supporters that refused to get the shot and died and passed away. And I don't get it. And on top of that, so I started looking through my texts this morning, and Audrey's sister texted me. She asked me, Daryl, I talked about this before, Daryl, down in Florida, the hospital in Jacksonville said that Audrey had asthma. They refused to list her death as COVID, even though she had the Delta variant. She was all hooked up to a ventilator. She had MRSA from where her skin was getting infected from the tape holding the ventilator to her. It was a horrible, horrible death. And the hospital wanted to call it asthma. She had a pre-existing condition. If you go back to world meters, and you'll see that Florida has a illogical low death rate. They got a very high, a lot of people caught it, but for some reason, not a lot of people passed away. If you Google this, Ron DeSantis and COVID in Florida, you'll see that he pressured the hospitals. I'll put the screenshot for this. Even though Audrey's sister is a Trump supporter, she asked me, did Audrey have asthma? Did you have asthma in any way? I said, no. And she wants to, last I heard, she wanted to sue the hospital. It's ridiculous. I'll put the links down below. I see I'm running way longer than I wanted to. I don't get it. Another Trump rally. It took a serious turn for me when they started talking about the shot, and it reminded me of people I lost because of this cult. You guys have a good Sunday.